I don't know if you can hear me yet. Oh, there you go.
Hey,
Hey, so good to see you.
good to see you too. How you doing?
Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Love the municipal shirt. Representing.
And
Good. Yeah, since we last talked, you've been on a lot of adventures.
yeah, we've been pretty busy with the filming and the TV shows. It's been going great though.
Yeah,
Everything's been everything's such a blessing.
absolutely. And you got to travel?
Working and I was just very thankful that we got opportunity to work.
Yeah, because I know in the industry it's really hard for people to work right now, I imagine.
Yeah, we take COVID tests every other day, and they're very strict on the COVID testing and
Hmm.
body's healthy.
Yeah. Oh, that's wonderful. And you got to travel, I think it was, weren't you in Germany earlier, like a year
We,
ago?
yeah, we went to Berlin. We filmed in London. And it was great. I love Germany. I love Berlin. The people in Berlin are really cool people. But we like where we went, it's been like great. We just recently went to Santo Domingo and Dominican Republic. The people there were just very hospitable, very nice, and
Hmm.
I just loved the experience. And I got to experience some of the culture there. Is just amazing.
How's the food?
Oh, the food is great. I loved it. I gained about 20 pounds over there.
That's okay though. You guys are, I know I've been able to see on your Instagram, you've been very, very disciplined about taking care of yourselves and working out. So you get up really early?
Oh yeah, I wake up a lot at 2 a.m. in the morning and start stretching and get on the versa climber or the rower for an hour. I do a lot of cardio
Mm-hmm.
because I got a lot of weight, so I was trying to, balance things out. You know,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How
Yeah.
much cardio, like balance to like weight training and such? Do you do much weight training?
I haven't been doing as much weight training as cardio because I had to lose weight. I had to go from 215 to 185. So I was been doing mostly cardio.
Mm-hmm.
But now that I finished doing my scene. I was doing a boxing scene where I was a middleweight boxer. Now that I finished that, I'm starting to gain my weight back and starting to weight train again.
Which production is that for that you're doing that scene?
It's for the film called Father Stew.
Father Stu?
Yeah,
Awesome. And like you're currently filming at this time too.
yeah.
What can you tell us about that?
Well, the story is based on a true story about a guy that is from Montana, and he was a boxer, and he had a near-death experience, and he decided to become a priest.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I'm excited for that.
that's
Yeah.
really.
Um, since you do all this traveling, are you a good flyer?
I never get comfortable flying. I don't know why. Just something about being in the air, not having control, just makes me feel some type of way, you know.
Yeah. I envy those who can just fall asleep on a plane. Like I try, but I can't really do it. Um, but yeah, I love flying, but I just can't really relax completely.
Yeah, I use most of the time to catch up on a lot of things because I have a lot of family and I have so many things I'm trying to do. So I just use that time to catch up on everything, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What do you enjoy most about being on the movie set?
I love working with talented directors and the actors and getting to become familiar with people,
Mm.
in the industry. And sometimes I get a lot of knowledge from some of the people that we work with. So I think that's a great experience.
Just kind of absorbing what you can learn from everyone around you.
Yeah.
That's so cool. What's new with music and what have you been able to put out lately? I know on the last show we did play a couple clips of some of your tracks you had out there on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm gonna re-release the song "Clap." It was just we were just talking about it on a Mark Wahlberg show, Wall Street. So
Mhm,
I'm released that one, and that's basically just a song about everybody just having a good time, and
mhm.
I uh, I recently started working with um, a couple of artists. Brandon Wahlberg is one of the artists I've been working with.
Oh,
My
nice.
my two sons, Ant Thomas and Tones Thomas, they got some really great music.
Mhm,
And I have a couple of artists in Chicago that I'm working with, and um, in Boston.
mhm.
So everybody's in the studio recording their music right now. And he has stuff online, and so does Brandon.
Okay, I've heard about Brandon obviously from the Wahlburger show, but I didn't know he was a musician, so that's awesome to hear.
Uh, he's actually really good. He's working with his cousin Daniel Wahlberg and Larry Thomas.
Oh,
And Larry
excellent.
also in the Funky Bunch band. And he was also in the Johnny Drama and the Funky Entourage band.
I love that, Wahlburgers jingle. It was, like, always getting stuck in my head, the one that, that was pulled off. I love that one.
Yeah, we
Now
did that in New Orleans.
yeah?
Yeah.
Were you around when they were filming that music video for the show?
Yeah. I actually choreographed Johnny Al's for that. I choreographed drama, and I tried to choreograph Nacho, but he was a little difficult to choreograph. He didn't want.
Have you kept in touch with those guys? How have they been?
Yeah, they're good. John Drama actually came to Santo Domingo to be a part of the film, Arthur the King. So he
Mhm.
was one of the interracials in the movie.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, and I believe Nacho's doing well. I haven't spoken to Nacho recently, but I think he's doing well.
Oh, that's good. That's good. It's a hard time to like keep in touch with everybody. Have you
Yeah,
done many of these video chats before? Because this is
this
kind
is
of
my
like the new thing.
this is my very first one.
I'm happy to give you an education on Zoom.
Oh yeah,
You didn't even need help. You hooked up right away. You were fine.
yeah. I was like, I hope I'm doing this right.
No, no, it's perfect. So you also have a lot of cool merch out. Like I've seen all your posts with the great like t-shirts and such that people can get. So I want to direct people to check out your merch.
Yeah. You go to bigaceproductions.com, and you can find the Big Ace Tees online store there.
Wonderful.
We're actually getting ready to launch a new site. I don't have the I don't have the link to it yet, but I'll send it to you. And it's gonna be a whole bunch of new merchandise there
Oh,
for
sweet.
men and for men, for kids. It's gonna be really cool. Backpacks and coffee mugs, leggings, hoodies, hats, and
Yeah.
maybe I just recently got some Big Ace production sneakers, so I want to get those out there too.
Those would be nice. I really like those hoodies that have been coming out lately with like an all over print.
Yeah, I love those.
Yeah. Those would be great to have. And like tell me about Municipal because I always see you guys in your social media wearing the Municipal brand. Can you tell me more about it?
Municipal is one of the greatest clothing brands ever. It's so comfortable. Like that's why I'm always wearing the shirts because it's form fitting and very, very comfortable. I have the sweats on right now. These are the sweats,
Mm-hmm.
comfortable, and they're just really relaxing and you know, it's great to work out in. You can it's wear it every day, you know, for leisure wear. It's just really, really cool gear.
Yeah, it looks good. I want everybody to know about not only, of course, the Municipal brand, but your swag, your merch as well. So now everyone knows where to check it out. Have you had a chance to be back in Boston at all in the last year?
I actually was in Boston like for a day we had a meeting there.
Yeah.
But I haven't gotten to spend a lot of time with my family. That's what I'm looking forward to. But we've been fortunate to have opportunity to work back to back in the motion picture world. So and that's something that's really it's really hard to do, to keep working like that, but it's a blessing to have that opportunity. So we're very, very thankful that we have these opportunities, but it just takes you away from being able to go home and spend time with your friends and family. So
Yeah.
the only thing that I'm looking forward to right now is being able to get home and see my loved ones.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I've noticed a lot of your posts that were really inspiring, encouraging people to, send up prayers and such for a young lady named Natalie.
Yes, Natalie is still fighting to recover and heal, but she's doing really well.
Hmm.
And fighter, I'm really proud of her. I love that little girl so much. She's so strong.
How
You know,
did you meet her and learn her story and everything?
I met her through her aunt Christy. Christy's a really great person that came into my life through um, the Instagram family that I have there, and we just been talking. Then she told me about her touch product, that it's a germicide that very, really cool, and it actually came at the right time when COVID hit. You know, I had all her touch products, and I passed them out to a lot of the gyms in the F45 that we were working out at,
Hmm.
and a lot of people were skeptical, but then once COVID hit, everybody wanted touch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's really cool. And it comes in different scents. I think her site is touch.com. But
Okay,
if you
good.
Christy Southern on Instagram, you'll find her on my Instagram.
I'm definitely going to check out her product.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
really,
But so Natalie's doing better?
yeah,
She's
she's
healing?
just started she got out the hospital and she's starting to heal. Right now they're trying to make some of her skin grafts heal a little bit better.
Mm,
So that's the challenge that she has right now.
yeah.
Yeah, the fighter, and she's such an amazing person. She was a gymnast, and all her friends loved her. She had a great personality. She's amazing. She's still inspiring people, even though she's going through her own struggles in life. She's still inspiring other kids and people that are going through tragedy.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
her story sounds really inspiring, and I wanted to share it with people as well, and send up some prayers for her that she continues on a good, positive path to healing. Yeah. Um, Now, I know that you're a very spiritual person, and I myself am a Christian, so I always find a lot of your posts really inspiring about you know, loving God, which is really hard sometimes for people to understand the spiritual connection that you can have with God. So I'm glad you put it out there and let people know. And I mean,
Thank you.
how do you maintain your spirituality when you're out there like traveling and everything? How do you maintain your good connection with God?
Well, I look at everything in the world as God, you
Mm,
know, because God is life and God is love. And I feel strongly about God because everything that happens to me, I feel like He's blessing me with it, you
mm,
know. And I'm always asking God for favors, and then when things happen, I'm like, oh, I know that had to be God because I asked for it, you know.
yeah.
And I just feel thankful that I got this life to experience, and I know that we have you know a lot of challenges in life, and the best way I can deal with everything is when I pray to God, and it kind of soothes my spirit, and I find an easier path when I pray to God. When I try doing things on my own knowledge, I just kind of always end up frustrated. But when I
Mm.
pray to ask Him to help me, things go smooth. So I know that God's power is very strong and it's very real. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
to um, spread the word, spread the good word to people, and so that they can experience the joy that God has given me.
Amen to that. I know there's a lot of times in my life where I'm like, I can't believe I got through these things, but I know it was because of him. So, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Um,
Uh,
I was gonna say too, Mark does have a new show coming out called Wall Street, and I think it's already out this week.
yeah, yeah. Everyone, I haven't gotten to see it because we were working nights, so
Mhm.
I missed it. And then the next day, everybody's showing me pictures of me on the show. I was like, oh wow,
I
that's really.
saw I saw you in a clip that he had on his Instagram from the show. So yeah,
Uh,
people are gonna have to check that out. What's the general idea of the show?
well, they're basically giving you an inside look at how his businesses are going and how he runs the businesses and the operations of the different businesses that are going on daily
Mm.
off with.
One of the businesses I was really interested in was the car dealership. Does he
Oh
talk
yeah,
about that on the show?
he has, but
Yeah.
the car dealership is really really great.
Hmm.
They've been opening up new dealerships all over the place, going really really well.
Oh wow, that's good to hear that it's expanding.
Yeah, it-
Now, of course, this show is really about. We talk a lot about the '90s, and do you have anything that you've collected as memorabilia that that's special to you that reminds you about the '90s, or even the times of the Funky Bunch, or do you have anything that you saved?
yeah. Well, I saved a lot of the albums because I used to DJ too, and I picked up DJing from my cousin Jeff Smalls. He was in this group RSO. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Benzino.
No.
He was on this show Love and Hip Hop. He's a good friend of mine, and
Mm.
they were in a band together, and they were really really cool. But me and Jeff used to spend a lot of time in this room DJing. Like when we were teenagers, we'd spend hours and hours in the room just practicing spinning. So
Mhm.
I love buying records, so I have a bunch of records at home from the 80s and 90s, even back in the early 70s. I have a bunch of old old record covers. And those are,
Nice.
and I have a couple of t-shirts, like some vintage t-shirts. But my sister's always trying to get rid of them. She's like, you don't need this stuff anymore. But I just let things pile up, and sometimes I just give them away to my friends because they think they're cool too. But yeah, I love collecting the album covers.
Yeah, I have a hard time letting go of like physical music. Like I still love having the either the album cover, the liner notes, the whole package. Like I still love having all that.
Yeah, every time I go through the records, it just brings me back to those times, and I have such great memories.
One of my good memories was actually when I bought Music for the People on
Oh,
CD because we didn't have it in Canada yet. And that's obviously where I'm from. So we were on vacation down in the States. And the first thing I told my mom was, I need to get Music for the People, that album.
that's all
Yeah. So I just played it over and over and absolutely loved it. And I was always thinking, I was like, I know Donnie helped produce the album, right?
right.
And you were involved in the album. You're on it quite a bit.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you. I I was doing a show in Boston for one of my friends that passed away, and he actually got murdered in LA. And Donnie came to the show, and like I invited all the groups in Boston to perform. Donnie came to the show. I was shocked. He was on tour, and he came to me and said, "I want you to choreograph my brother's band, Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch." I was like, "Sure." So we went to the audition, and I had already in my mind picked out these guys that I worked with before, Scott and Hector,
Mhm.
and we had a group called Pest Kept Secret then. So I called them immediately and told them about it. And then, the rest is history because our chemistry is so incredible when we're together.
Mhm.
So it would be just a win-win situation. and Donnie produced most of the. He produced basically the whole album, and him and Mark collaborated on the lyrics with a couple of other writers, and yeah, it was great. You know, I
Yeah.
mean, had so much fun recording that. It was incredible.
I think that album still stands up. Like I can still throw that album on anytime and just like enjoy it, you know?
Some of our hits were actually created by an artist, MC Spice. He's a really great uh, artist from Boston, and
Mhm,
helped us, create some hits with Donnie, Mark.
mhm,
Yeah, and we had another producer, Leo Kiki.
mhm.
He with Donnie.
I still was like, there was a couple songs there where I thought I always heard Jordan Knight's voice, and I swear Jordan Knight is on that album, isn't he?
Um, I don't. But if Donnie did that, it wasn't. I don't know.
I was like, oh, that "Make Me Say Ooh" song. I like that one. I thought I was like, that's got to be a falsetto. I don't know. I'm sure Donnie had it all figured out.
That was Donnie was Donnie is actually amazing vocalist too.
Hmm.
Yeah, and he had the vision for the whole album. You know,
What causes have you been supporting of late?
I just been really supporting a lot of the the things that were helpful with kids. Like one of my friends had a like this sports clinic that she did, and I sponsored some kids to go be- because they didn't have the financial funds to be a part of it. So
Mm,
I donated some of my finances to help them. And um, I just been talking a lot to try to bring awareness to causes that were in Boston, like women that were single mothers that had their children taken from
mm.
violence. So I just been trying to raise a lot of awareness of people going through stuff like that to for other people to get involved and help. You know,
It's important, and it's important to be a mentor for youth, especially who've been through some tough situations.
yeah. And I also just been raising awareness for people just to be more mindful. You know, because everyone goes through things. Like some people just don't think that this person has the world on their shoulders, and they might not be having a great day. And you know, it's good to be mindful to people. And just to talk to them, see if they're okay. Because a lot of times, some people aren't okay. And they need somebody to talk to them. Yeah,
I'm really glad you said that.
yeah,
It's
sure,
it's it's really easy to get wrapped up in yourself and what's happening to you, but it's good to make sure that you're aware of what others are going through. I think a lot of people need to work on that.
yeah, definitely, definitely.
Uh,
I try my best to um, be a voice of reasoning to people because I see a lot of people that are hurt. And sometimes a lot of people that are hurt, they come to me and I try my best to help them, but sometimes my time is limited. So I just try to put posts out to try to help people, remember that, everybody needs somebody sometimes. So be mindful.
Good. I'm glad. I'm glad you said that. Have you ever considered starting your own podcast?
I haven't.
No?
I thought about it before, but like a lot of my time is so sketchy because I'm rushing around to do a lot of things,
Yeah. Yeah.
so I don't know when I would have the time to do it, but it would probably be cool.
Yeah. There's a lot of podcasts now. Like it's you gotta always, if when you do it, make sure that's something you're passionate about, like a topic that you absolutely love for sure.
Yeah.
But it's fun. I'll tell you that much. It's gotten me
Yeah.
through this pandemic.
Yeah, I may do it. I may do it. And I think one of the things that I'm very passionate about is leading the children into I a better way of living.
Mm,
Because I think that some of the images that adults put out there for kids aren't really that great for kids. So I
Mm.
want something for the children that they can enjoy their childhood while they can, because childhood is just so brief, and give them learning tools that they can build off of in their future, and not just have all the negative images that are just making kids go out there and do crazy stuff. I
Yeah.
like to see do great things and achieve great things and believe in themselves and know that they can do things. So those are the things that I'm really passionate about.
I love that. And I mean, yeah, I feel like, do you think that when we were kids, we didn't have as much of this negative imagery as they have now? Do you think it's really changed, or are we just getting older and we see it now?
No, I think that we had a way better childhood than a lot of the kids, because they can turn on video games and then it's all violent, violent, violent. There was when I was a kid, it was like fun video games, you
Mm.
know, it was so much fun. But now it's all killing and shooting and robbing, and it's like it's crazy, you
Went from
know.
Mario to Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, and I just don't, even though that it's good for them because they're making a lot of money, but it's not good for parents because some of these kids are acting out what they do in the videos. And
Mm.
I think that strong parenting actually is a part of that too. I think
Yeah.
people need to be more hands-on as parents, when they become parents, and not just you know try to support your kids, but actually be really hands-on and watch who they're becoming friends with, watch what they're doing online. You got to really watch them, you know, because their minds aren't fully developed and they're still running. So the more that you help them, the better.
I totally agree. Yeah, and they're so impressionable at that. Like, I think it's between like the ages of 9 and 13, especially. You develop a lot of your tastes in life, so it's really, really important to make sure that they're surrounded by positive images.
Oh yeah, for sure. And kids get so mad at you. Like I had so many, like I was after school teacher in Boston, and
Oh,
kids would
nice.
at me because I'd be like on them about the thing that they did wrong. But then when they got older, all these kids came up to me like, "Oh, there you go, Mr. Thomas. Oh, I appreciate you so much for always being on me when I was a kid." I was like, "What? Oh my God!" It's just great to see that they turn out good and they appreciate those lessons that I taught them. Their life
Oh,
long way.
that would feel great to know that you made an impact in their lives, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think every adult should be like that.
Yeah.
You
What was one of your this is totally different topic, but what was one of your favorite music videos that you ever worked on?
um, I would say it would be Good Vibrations.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. We were dancing in the water, and Scott Calvert, God rest his soul, he was the director of that video. He he just had a vision of us in silhouette and like dancing in this water, and it just was a lot of fun. I was breakdancing, flipping the water. It's my first time ever doing that.
Mm.
I had my fresh new Adidas on. I love Adidas, and I was like, "Are you kidding me? Dancing in the water in my Adidas? No!"
I'm
But then
not wrecking my new clothes. Mm.
yeah, but then I got into it. I just totally forgot that I was in water and mud, and just felt good. It was liberating, this release.
Absolutely. It's a
I,
classic, so
yeah, we all had fun. It was great.
when do you have such a busy schedule, when do you find time to write and record music, and what inspires you to create?
I do a lot of my creativity and with music at night when everything is done. I try to take at least an hour to write to some of the music and produce some of the stuff and listen to some of the stuff that the artists are doing before I go to bed.
Mhm.
And it's difficult because then I have to wake up super early. So I try to hurry up and get everything in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's good to find that time to have your creative outlet for sure.
Yeah.
What's more important to you as a writer or a listener, lyrics or music?
Um, they're both equally important, but the music has to be on point for you to be able to write to it. You
Mm,
know, and sometimes I had wrote lyrics and then I produced a song around the lyrics.
mm,
It's still the music has to be right. You know.
yeah. Oh, of course. I find
Yeah.
it easier to write lyrics to music that's already written for sure, because then you can fit it in properly. Like it's easier to fit into the right spaces.
Yeah, and it gives you like some of the music gives you like an emotional burst of lyrics that you can write and feel. So
Mm.
the music is very important.
Do you believe in there's such a thing like a guilty pleasure? And if you have the guilty pleasure, what would that be? Something that's like people are like, don't tell anyone I like it.
Um, that's a good question. Uh, I would, I think, well, I really love when uh, when people are in good shape. So I kind of gawk at you know great looking bodies. I think
Yeah.
people tell me all the time, "You staring?" I'm like, "No, I'm just checking out. Look like they're healthy." But
Yeah,
I
no,
look,
totally.
looking fit. You know,
Well taken care of and disciplined and
yeah. That and sometimes I'm staring at people because I'm like admiring. Because it takes a lot of hard work to get there, and
mhm.
it's, and then like recently I got okay. I'm gonna confess. These girls online with these quads that are just I wish I had quads like them. And I'm like, how do they get them like that? Because I'm working out a whole year and my quads aren't moving. They're staying the same. What's going on? How are they doing this? Yeah. That's I think my guilty pleasure. I'm always looking online at the people in the gym.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I would say that's totally cool because it's like obviously you're admiring the work they've put into themselves and yeah, it's
Yeah.
good. Um, what's a fashion trend that you love from the 90s era?
Um, well with the sweats, I'm always pulling one sweat leg up. That's something that we used to do in my neighborhood.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
We was doing that on set the other day when I had my sweats. I just had one leg up. This remind me of when I used to hang out on the block with my boys and hang out and chill.
hmm
Yeah,
That's a good one. That really, yeah, that took me back for sure.
yeah.
And I'm really grateful for all of the time you spent with me today. It's always an honor to get a chance to communicate and catch up with you. And thank you for that. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate your time too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, yeah. I want to shout out to the Funk Bees. They're doing great stuff, and they're gonna be on every Friday night. They have their show on YouTube, their TV show on YouTube, the Funk Bee TV. So everybody listening, please check out the Funk Bees. I'm still one of the members, and I'm doing my own thing, but those guys are amazing.
It's a good show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm glad you said that. And yeah, thanks for everything you've been up to. And yeah, you're definitely one of my favorite people to chat with. So thank you.
Oh, thank you, Naomi. You're awesome.
You too.
Love.
Same to you. Okay. Be safe, be healthy.
Okay. Take care.
God bless you.
God bless.
Bye.
Bye.